Now we are joined in the Harvey Norman Lounge by editor of Beauty EQ, Trudi Brewer, who's got the facts on how a certain vitamin can reduce wrinkles and increase collagen production. Morning, Trudi.
Good morning. How are you today?
Very, very well. And I want to know more about this magic vitamin you're talking
I know,
about.
everyone does. You know, vitamin A has been around for decades, and the thing about it is that it is the gold standard when it comes to anti-aging. And you ask any dermatologist or doctor, and they'll tell you that that is the one, because they go on research. You see, that is the one that they would recommend for skin over 30.
Yeah, I'm glad that they go on research. That's really quite, you know,
it is, and they do, and that's the thing. There are a lot of ingredients out there, but this is still the number one.
So why is it so good for our skin as we get older?
It's interesting. What it does, it's a cell communicator, so it actually talks to the DNA in our cells and gets to behave in a younger way. And it really does.
Well,
and I know that sounds
quite
quite
high. Drink Mark View on a Friday night.
only have one glass of wine. No, when I say that, I mean what it does is it actually helps to speed up the cell turnover in skin. And as we get older, that slows down. It happens about every 30 days when we're in our 20s, and by the time we're in our 50s, it's about every 90 days.
Okay.
So you're left with a complexion that looks dull and a bit lacklustre, and fine lines start to be more visible, obviously.
Just not quite right. So what sort of effects and what results can we expect if you start using vitamin A?
You will get clarity. Actually, it's interesting, one of the girls that's using vitamin A said to me the other day that she's all of a sudden had breakout and her skin looks flushed. Well, that's a good thing. It means that your skin's doing something. So if you do get a slight reaction, that's not a bad thing. So fine lines will actually disappear or look less obvious. You will get a beautiful clarity. It helps to reduce brown spots and sun damage. The texture of your skin too. Open pores tend to be reduced. Brilliant for acne sufferers because it actually gets their skin working and speeding up and turning over and getting rid of that acne. Controls oiliness.
Sounds magic.
It is a bit of a magic ingredient.
Sounds like it does everything. It's also known by the name, is it retinol as well? That same thing?
Retinaldehyde, retinol palmitate. It comes retin A. It comes in a lot of brand names or sub-names, but it's actually derived from vitamin A. So there are a lot of different types of retinol or vitamin A. And most of those I've mentioned. It does depend on your skin, finding the right one, because some of them can cause sensitivity.
That's what I was going to ask. Who can use it? Can everyone use it?
When you say everyone, anyone that's concerned about ageing, obviously, anyone that's concerned about acne. I mean, there is a prescription product called Retrieve, which is prescribed for women with acne, particularly adult acne. You expect not to have acne in your 30s and 40s, but a lot of women do get that.
It comes back as a sucker punch of those hormones, doesn't it?
It does. But one thing to remember really is to always use sunscreen when you're using it, because it can actually make your skin quite sun sensitive.
Okay,
so that's something
advice.
that I would recommend.
You brought some things in for us too,
I did
to have a look at some products.
I'll start with probably the most potent of them, available in spas and salons, and this is an osmosis product called Correct.
Okay.
And they use a retinaldehyde, which is derived from beta carotene, which is those brightly coloured vegetables, bright red and orange veggies.
So is it coloured like a carrot?
No, it isn't. It's clear.
Okay.
But they use a clever liposome delivery system, which actually helps it penetrate faster in the skin. So that is a very active product, and best recommended by a beauty therapist.
Right. Okay. What's the next one?
The next one I brought in because it's actually a real favourite of mine, and it's available at the supermarket. Now, you wouldn't think that's something as, you know, potent as that could be. It's very low dose, 0.25%. Neutrogena Rapid Wrinkle. And there's a whole range, including day and night creams. That one has a glucose and hyaluronic acid mix with the retinol, which helps speed up your cell turnover but also moisturises.
And finally, what's this one?
Verso is available at Mecca, so that's available at a beauty store. Again, it's got a retinol base to it, but it uses plant extracts as well. So it's actually very good for sensitive skin. So anyone with very sensitive skin that wants to actually give their skin a bit of a wake-up call, that would be brilliant.
Excellent. Hey, thank you so much for coming in today,
You're
Trudi.
welcome.
Sound advice as always.
Yeah, thank you.
Now, for more of Trudi's tips, head to her website, beautyeq.co.nz.